it going, guys?
What's up?
Andrew here.
And Caleb.
Welcome to another initial thoughts on the LCR podcast.
The intro to the LCR podcast.
Yeah.
To our second Disney live action movie of the year.
Sadly, with
Aladdin.
only two of us.
That's a sleepy boy.
It is a Friday night, technically a Saturday morning at 2 a.m, and Matt has to work.
Oddly enough.
But we are here. We saw it at different times. Caleb saw it in the morning. I just got out of a showing about 3 hours ago.
Oh, nice. So it's still pretty fresh for you.
Yeah, still pretty fresh.
I've gotten to sit on mine for a while.
But we're here for initial thoughts. And we really haven't talked about it together. So this will be some genuine reactions. So I guess you can start with your thoughts.
It was way better than I thought.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Will Smith was the best part.
Yeah.
Jafar was awful.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fine. I honestly hated it until we got to the Cape Wonders.
Oh, yeah. This first act dragged on.
Like, I was watching this movie and I was getting embarrassed because I thought it was so bad. Like, I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this right now. Like,
I didn't think it was terrible. I just knew it was like very just slow.
I'll get into like little nitpicks when we do like our in-depth.
Right.
But, I was just like, especially like the first like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, oh my
You didn't like Arabian Night?
gosh. Okay, sorry. I guess not Arabian Night. It was Street Rat.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I guess that was the song. So maybe more like 20 minutes in.
Like, they did something with that song and the action sequence that was like, it felt like that's what they're going to do for the rest of the movie.
Dude, it was so bad. It was.
It's a good thing that they corrected it after that, because every song was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
There was an original song that they added to the movie.
2.
There were 2?
Yeah. Well, at least the little one where Jasmine sang just like for 30 seconds or whatever.
Oh, wasn't that just a version of the main one?
I guess. I don't know. I guess I really didn't
Like a
pick
little
that
snippet
up.
of it?
Maybe a little snippet of it. But yeah, so her original song. I liked it.
Yeah, it was nice.
I could tell though that like it wasn't written when the movie first came out. Like I could tell that it felt like it came out this year.
More modern.
Yeah, more modern song. And I thought she just had the power of Thanos because she just kept making everybody
I
disappear.
didn't like how the movie just turned into a music video for that.
Yeah, it
It
felt
was
like
definitely
a music
like it,
video. Yeah.
Because like they do have to promote that song now because it's a new song. But it's nice. It's welcome. It adds to the movie. But the original is perfectly fine without it.
Yeah, I was also really disappointed with Iago.
Oh yeah.
So
And Abu.
Yeah, Abu was, except for that shot where he was like, that was the best shot of the movie. But yeah,
He was
the magic carpet was great.
Yeah,
So,
we didn't really get any of the like not bitterness, but like Abu and Magic Carpet didn't like each other at first, and like the original, we didn't really see that at all in this one.
they just like loved each other.
Yeah,
I loved how the magic carpet just kept clapping for everything. That was funny.
those little pom poms.
Um,
Him and the cape. I'm glad that Doctor Strange's cape is basically the Magic Carpet
Yeah.
of the Marvel universe.
Will Smith, you could tell he was trying. He was trying,
Yeah.
and I honestly also
He proved everyone wrong.
I mean, I just like wrote like a little mini review on Letterboxd, and that's what I said. I was like,
Shout out Letterboxd.
I was like, Will Smith, like
Check
you
out
proved
the link
internet
down
wrong.
below for Andrew's Letterboxd.
I have 4 reviews. Like, oh gosh,
Jesus,
I have like 4 followers. So you
that was
okay?
loud.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Sorry for everyone that experienced that.
But yeah, I was just like, thank you for proving us wrong. Like, you were the best part of the movie, and
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he had.
I will say
huge-
not by far. I felt like the acting of Aladdin and Jasmine were great. Nothing extraordinary, but they did a
Aladdin in the
good
first
job.
act was really bad, but when he
Okay.
got to the cave, we'll talk about it more. But when he got to
Mm-hmm.
the cave, I started liking him more. Jasmine was really good. She
Yeah.
definitely was probably second.
And we didn't see her. I don't even think she talked in the trailers.
I still think Danny DeVito should have been her dad. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, the Sultan was another letdown. Not Jafar letdown, but
He wasn't goofy, you know? Where was his crackers? Why wasn't he obsessed with Iago? Like,
I don't think Danny DeVito would have been funny, but like I don't see him as the Sultan.
If you don't get this reference, go back and watch the mini that we talk about this, and I pitched the idea for Danny DeVito as the Sultan. But,
we need him as Phil when they make the Hercules movie. Dude, they just shrink him down and like put on not prosthetic, but
Matt and I were
practical.
talking, just have Danny DeVito with horns. That's it.
And they just paint his legs brown. That'd be funny. That would be pretty funny.
Tiger was beautiful.
God, what's his name?
Raja.
Yeah, he was adorable. Mm-hmm. Any cat in a movie is great.
You can tell. You could tell this movie was on a set though. It just kind of felt like a set.
A little bit,
set pieces. And like one thing, I think.
Which, I mean, isn't bad. It's still.
I think it was Jeremy.
Nice.
It was Jeremy or Chris, one of the two. They said they live in the desert. Yet every time that they fall in the sand or they look up, they like pop up and they look beautiful and clean. Like nobody ever really felt dirty in that movie.
That's every movie.
I mean, I guess, but like he's supposed to be
that isn't an action movie.
But
yeah, he's a street rat that looks like he showered in the morning.
His hair is slick back gel.
They have modern plumbing, but his hair is just a little unkept.
Mm-hmm. One thing I don't understand is I mean, I only wrote like a paragraph on Letterboxd, but I do have like a little rant on all of the cool stuff Jafar did in the cartoon was cut out. He wasn't. I guess I'm not gonna say anything, but like a lot of the stuff what made him awesome they didn't even do, and that confuses me. I'm like, then how is this movie like 30 minutes longer than the original?
They tried to give him like an origin too. He didn't really have a little snippet of an origin.
Yeah, kind of.
At least we learned more of his motives. We also had a weird war subplot.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No, and the queen, I guess they had to like have a loophole of why the Sultan didn't have a wife.
Right.
I mean, and the music, obviously, it's the music. I do like the little, Matt brought it up, the little twist that they made Will Smith's song a little more modern-ish, which was nice.
Yeah, there's with like all the Genie stuff, they made a lot of modern changes, which made sense with the pop culture references and whatnot. And I remember being against it at first because obviously it's Robin Williams. You don't want to mess his legacy. But this movie definitely feels like its own thing.
It feels like its own thing, which is nice. The only thing that I guess, we'll talk about. I just kind of want to start talking about it.
Okay, but yeah, go check it out, guys. I know it's like really another remake or live action adaptation, but it's welcome.
After
if they spaced them out better, I think people wouldn't have as much of a big deal with it.
This is my thing.
The fact that we're getting 3 this year.
Well, Disney, we won't have a freaking news podcast in such a long time, but Disney announced the next like 5 years of movies.
Maybe we can have a mini.
We should do like a little mini podcast about news because there's a lot of stuff happening. But in that announcement, Disney announced I think like 8 live action movies, and if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but like 2022 we're gonna have like 4 live action remakes.
Why?
And after seeing this movie, like I enjoyed it, but I'm almost kind of getting burnt out. Like I think after Lion King, Lion King is gonna kind of refresh it, but then I'm not gonna count that Lady and the Tramp bullshit. So if the next true one's Mulan, I want to know what the next ones are.
I thought we're getting Maleficent 2 next.
I don't count that as like a remake because like it's a sequel
or an adaptation.
Yeah, I count it as kind of its own original thing. I don't count it as a remake or adaptation. So I know Mulan is next. I don't know what the next ones are, but like I want to see what all the movies are just to be like how are they planning to make this interesting? Are they going to be like, here's a good one, here's a bad one, here's a good one, here's a bad one? Because like I really enjoyed Dumbo. I think I enjoyed Dumbo more than this.
Dumbo was fresh because it was its own story.
I think I'd watch Dumbo over this one. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I think we should dive into spoilers.
So be on the lookout for the podcast, guys. This initial reaction is going to be on Saturday. Yeah. So podcast is dropping on Monday. But yeah. For those podcast listeners right now, we will see you in a few seconds. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, guys,
Hey.
to the LCR podcast.
Sorry if that whistle was loud. I didn't know we were starting. So.
My bad. This portion is all spoilers, so I mean it's Aladdin. Who hasn't seen the classic?
Iron Man dies.
Hey man, some people haven't seen Endgame.
I don't care.
But yeah, we're gonna go scene by scene, talk about things we liked, what we didn't like.
Yeah.
So, just jump into it.
Right off the bat, I like the new opening that they do, because it's never confirmed in the original if obviously the merchant in the beginning of the classic is voiced by Robin Williams, but it's never directly confirmed that that's him.
It's just implied.
It's implied, and the directors say, yeah, it's him, but like Disney doesn't like to say it is him.
Right.
So
Creative difference.
yeah, when the movie opened up with Will Smith and he's gonna tell a story, I was like, okay, like here we go. Like this is kind of like the merchant. Like it looks like he has like a family now. That's kind of cool. And then he started singing, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a musical. I gotta get used to this. Like we're gonna be getting a lot of these movies now.
I wasn't ready for it at first, but
No.
like once he got into like the Arabian Night part, I was like,
Yeah, like
all right, got the goosebumps.
it felt a little awkward, but then yeah, when he like turned and then like it started expanding off, I was like, okay, here we go.
I just feel like that
Aladdin.
song is so different from all the other songs because it's like,
It's epic.
yeah, it's epic and it like kind of feels evil.
Yeah.
Like we're about to hear like an evil story or something. It's really good. It's one of my favorites out of that movie.
Yeah, and it was good. This is another good reason why I really didn't like the first act is that like the whole opening scene where Jafar finds that slave and he's like the slave's like not slave, sorry, just like the prisoner dude is like
Diamond in the rough.
trying to plead him and he's all scared and he's all wimpy, and then he goes in and he like barely touches it, and then like he's like, oh, I made it, and then it crushes. Like that was like it just happened while Will Smith was singing, and I thought that was kind of rushed, and like I don't know, it wasn't a good introduction to what Jafar was doing, and like I feel like they almost were like, oh yeah, like you know what Jafar is doing, so here we're just going to show you while playing the music instead of actually have a scene dedicated to it.
I mean, did we even see the Cave of Wonders in the original before?
Yeah,
Aladdin went to it.
Opens up with that. It opens up like that, where like Jafar has like a different diamond in the rough dude, and he like steps, and then like the tiger's mouth smashes and kills the guy, and that's how this opens up. But you just watch this sweeping shot of it happening, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess we'll just ignore that scene and
maybe they just didn't want to copy everything from the first one.
and like we don't get the little golden bug thing, and
Yeah, the scarab.
that wasn't there, and it just wasn't a good reveal for Jafar. And then I'm gonna say it so many times, I'm sorry for the actor who portrays Jafar. I think
He did, acting wise, he did as much as he could.
He did as much as he could, but
That's just
my God,
that role isn't for him.
It's not for him.
I'm sure he's a totally capable actor. He did a great job, as much as he could.
But it also is just Disney's fault for hiring him. Like you should have hired somebody older.
Yeah,
Like
Jafar's not in his.
I'm sorry,
late
Jafar is
20s,
one of the
early 30s.
coolest looking villains with his cool whiny beard and like raspy voice, and then we just get this guy who is monotone the whole time.
And then when he became a genie, I was waiting for him to look badass. He looked so weird.
Because like halfway through the movie, I kind of leaned over to Matt and I was like, because I already kind of felt like Jafar turning into a snake wasn't gonna happen, and it doesn't, and I was pissed. But I was coming to terms with it while watching the movie. But I was like, do you think he's even gonna turn into the genie? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And then he did, and I was like, oh no, you look stupid, bro. Like, we'll get to there. We're still in the opening.
I think the fact that it was also outside and not like in the throne room made it a little different.
I was a little let down with the ending showdown, but
Yeah,
we'll get there.
in. Yeah, I also didn't like how we didn't see a cool animation of the tiger, like him opening up in a giant sand dune.
He was kind of like a rock almost.
He was always there.
Yeah.
Like he's always visible.
I liked how he was like a character almost. Like he did have these movements.
And he seemed like secret. Like you had to find the spot and then he'd reveal himself.
Nope, he's just there.
Yeah.
And I guess I really didn't think about that when I was watching the movie, but now you bring it up. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Like, because I haven't seen. Actually, you know what? This is kind of a fun story time.
Oh yeah, is this what you mentioned before?
Well, I have two fun stories.
Oh my god.
First story. This one is my history with Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up watching Aladdin. I loved it. I love it, and it's in the first two Kingdom Hearts games. It's a lot of fun. So when I was in elementary school, maybe yeah, I was in elementary school. I think I was like in fourth grade. I really wanted to watch The Shining. Really wanted to watch it for some reason.
Right.
And so my parents are like, I don't know, Andrew, it's pretty scary for you. And I'm like, I want to watch it. To this day,
I can do it.
I can't come to terms on why 11, 12-year-old Andrew wanted to watch that movie. Anyways, we watch it.
Because you said you weren't even into like
horror at all.
Or like anything like real. Like you were just mostly into cartoons.
Yeah, at the time. But for some reason, that just fantasized. I just wanted to see that movie. So
Interesting.
we watch it. Obviously, Andrew is petrified, but he watches the whole movie. And like, obviously, when like the chick gets out of the bathtub, I'm like, cover your eyes. And I'm like, ooh, what's the boobies? Anyways.
What movie are we talking about again?
So I go, movie's over. I don't sleep all night. Okay, my dad is like, no, you're not sleeping with us, Andrew. Like, I'll talk to you like when you're laying in your bed, and I'll be in my bed, and we'll talk the whole night. But you're not sleeping with us. So the next night, I was still so traumatized. We try to watch kids movies, so we put in Aladdin. Okay, and we watch Aladdin, but I'm still terrified.
Oh my god.
Of The Shining, and then so every time I think about the Aladdin cartoon, it scares me a little bit.
What?
Because like I have
the memory of The Shining.
The memory of The Shining while watching Aladdin scared me. So whenever I do think of Aladdin, I kind of do get a little chills. Like that movie kind of scares me. It's really weird.
What if Jafar was voiced by Jack Nicklaus?
Then it would just be a plain fact that I would
Nicholson.
Nicholson. Yeah.
God.
But yeah, that's my little funny story with like Aladdin and everything.
Well, wait. There's a reference to Jack Nicholson in Aladdin.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
There is.
Maybe that's the connection. Did Stephen King write Aladdin?
Maybe. That'd be great if there was a Stephen King, like...
Disney movie?
No, just reference as well.
Oh, yeah. There probably is. There's like a reference to everything in there.
Right. But anyways, this one is about when Matt...
second story.
Yeah, second story. When we were in the theater, you know how like usually you have like the... no texting video and like don't be loud.
Right.
Dude, it was fucking SpongeBob.
What?
Yeah.
You went to Parkway Point, right?
No, we went to AMC in Kennesaw.
Barrett?
Yeah, Barrett. The comment. Dude, it was awesome. It was like you had the theater and there was like Mr. Krabs, Mrs. Puffs, and Squidward walks in and like sits down, and then SpongeBob sits down next to him, and then Patrick's on the other side, and then they start doing this funniest stuff, and Matt and I are just cracking up. And
what? Why?
Right.
I feel cheated. Well, first off, why didn't you want to go to Dolby?
Oh, it was
sold out?
Yeah, it wasn't sold out, but we didn't want to be in the front rows.
Right.
So
okay, did you guys get them last minute then?
Yeah, we got them like today. Also, we have to get our tickets for Godzilla because I realized that comes out next week.
We can do that. Not right now.
Not right now.
Damn. Well, we definitely need to go to Barrett for something.
Dude, it was awesome. Like, I was just like, can I just watch this
movie? Because I assume
movie?
it was it IMAX or was it just a regular theater?
No, it was just a regular theater.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an IMAX. So
I'd imagine that John Wick is still in
I
IMAX.
think so. And so I was blown away because I was like, what?
How long was it? Like a minute? 30 seconds?
No, it was like probably a little over a minute. Cause they just start doing goofy stuff, like what not to do, and then obviously it ends with Squidward screaming for them to shut up, and then this big Arnold fish grabs him by the head and just like runs out with him, and it was funny.
Jesus.
But let's dive back into the movie.
I feel like I got a better experience with the music then with Dolby.
Maybe.
'Cause it was pretty magical.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Dolby's meant for musical, or musicals are meant for Dolby.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So credits are done or whatever, and the story opens, and it just right into Street Rat. And
why was it in slow-mo?
dude, why
So
was it in
bad.
slow-mo, and then why was it sped up?
Yeah. You can't have the audio on a constant time frame and then the action is slow-mo, sped up, slow-mo, sped up. It makes it feel so fake.
It was the weirdest stuff, and it just
Like Street rat.
I kind of thought my eyes was like they were
Yeah,
playing a
what's
trick
going
on
on?
me. I was like, well, is the frame rate
Yeah.
dropping? Like,
My eyes are melting right now.
and then they're singing, but then they're like going like boom, 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 like really fast. I'm like, that's not humanly possible. How
Yeah.
are you doing that? And I was watching it and I was just utterly shocked because I was just like,
Yeah.
what? Because like I'm picturing the original in my head and like nothing is matching up, and the original is just so much better. And like, dude, it was honestly so bad, and that's like where I started getting like a secondhand embarrassment because I was just like, is the whole movie gonna be like this? I don't want to watch it if it is.
Yeah,
like,
man, that's the feeling I was getting too.
I just was
I
like,
didn't think I had that bad of a reaction to it, but like it was uncomfortable.
like I was just kind of uncomfortable. I just was like, and here's my thing. I guess I'll just start talk about this right now. Guy Ritchie as a director, I love him. His fast-paced editing and his dialogue movements that he has, and he did Sherlock Holmes, King Arthur, Snatch.
I heard the editing in Sherlock Holmes is amazing.
It's so good. So when watching this movie, that opening felt like Guy Ritchie was trying to do Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
And then Disney was like, no. And then the movie did not feel like Guy Ritchie for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Like he felt like he was trying to do something with that opening song and it just wasn't working. I just don't think Guy Ritchie was a good choice for this movie.
Has he done a musical before?
No, he's not done a musical. And like my other thing is that like I think they just wanted a director with like a big name.
Yeah.
Cuz like he is if you're into movies like us, like you know Guy Ritchie cuz he has some big hits. And I don't know. Like, I really, the only times I felt like it was a Guy Ritchie film was the Street Rat song and then the shot where Aladdin gets pushed off of the tower and then there's that, like, slow motion shot of him falling down.
Yeah, what
That
was the point of that?
That was Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
I could tell that was a Guy Ritchie, like, shot, like, idea in his head. And I just...
So who loves slow-mo more, Guy Ritchie or Zack Snyder?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I feel like Zack Snyder...
I don't know.
Zack Snyder has shorter slow-mo, but more of it. Guy Ritchie's slow-mo was, like, longer, but not as much, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think of 300, it's like, boom, slow-mo, boom, slow-mo, boom, slow-mo, boom, boom.
We gotta definitely watch the Sherlock movies because they're really good. But...
And Robert Downey,
Yeah.
of course.
So...
They're making a third one?
The rumor is coming out soon. Or, like, it's happening. So, fingers crossed, you know. Iron Man's dead.
Yes.
So he doesn't have obligations anymore. But yeah, and so... I love Guy Ritchie, and like I don't really know if I count this as his movie, even though it's his movie. I just don't feel like it was.
I mean, give him benefit. That's the worst part of the movie, in my opinion, was that song.
Oh,
as far as songs, yeah.
As songs go, it was. I hope this is the worst live adaptation song we get because if it's not, like this is like the bar is really bad. This song's here, so if you have to top that song, like
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like, if
like-
that's the worst one, then the future's looking bright.
Yeah, because it's
like,
pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. All they had to do, like, why was this time mapping all over the place?
Time mapping.
If it just felt like he's running all over the place and singing.
Also, I kind of just felt like Aladdin was also just kind of stiff. Like when he was singing, like he wasn't really like care. Like when they were like on the wagon and he kind of was just like staying there and like singing the Jasmine. I'm like,
It didn't feel real.
move a little.
I mean,
bit.
obviously,
yeah,
yeah.
like feel a little more lively. Like
Obviously, you don't sing when you're being chased, so that's not realistic. But like, you know
also,
what I mean?
such a hard thing when you're doing a remake or a different adaptation, or if you're just you're taking over somebody's role that you like. There is already a pre-existing thing. So like obviously he probably studied the movie
Right.
for the mannerisms that the cartoonist did for Aladdin, and for the most part
The genie parts, great.
were great, but like for Aladdin I just thought the guy who played him, he just felt stiff a lot. And I get that like more towards the middle when he was pretending to be the prince that worked, but in the beginning when he was the street rat, it felt like he was still
I think just Act 1 didn't feel good.
I feel-
Maybe Act 1, a lot of Act 1 was filmed first, so maybe it just took him time to get into the role.
Yeah,
So that
Act
would make
1
a lot of
just
sense.
feels so clumsy, so boring.
Was Aladdin really that charismatic at the beginning. Like, dude, if he just didn't know she was the princess, he would have gotten her like
Oh,
halfway through the movie.
right.
Another downfall with Abu, like one of his most iconic scenes with like the bread, but the dates in this movie, like where he doesn't want to give it to the kids. We don't get a face; we just see. And that's it.
And like, why dates? Why not bread?
Right.
Right. Like, why? Can't you
Also,
have bread?
why is a necklace only worth one bag of dates?
Right.
I feel like dates are like 50 cents. Like that bag of them. Jeez.
Also, I wish the guards were a little more character oriented, like they are in the cartoon. Like
We didn't get like the iconic one, the bigger dude, the main guy.
They had him, whatever his name was.
Akeem? Like the main one? The head one?
The guy that like at the end was like conflicted on who to trust.
But I feel like Akeem was like the palace one. I don't think he was ever in the streets.
Okay.
But in the classic, that dude was everywhere.
Yeah. And so I feel like
there wasn't a head one in the first one.
I think that was kind of meant to be like his character, but yeah, I was just hoping
they introduced a lot of original characters to this movie.
The Handmaid.
The Handmaid and Akeem. Mm-hmm. I feel like are the two that stand out, and they did great.
Yeah, they were fine.
Mm-hmm. Was it just me, or did like the Handmaid kind of look like a different universe Anne Hathaway? Like I thought it was Anne Hathaway at first.
Yeah,
just like the hair and like the face shape. This is totally off topic, but I saw this on Twitter today. They're doing a live action adaptation of Akira.
I actually just saw and
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika Waititi is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone was like losing their minds because they were gonna hate it, and then they saw Taika Waititi and they're like, "All right, I have faith."
Right.
Like really enough, that's one of the only people out there that's like, I trust him. Mm-hmm. And he's the kind of guy that only does projects that he's passionate about.
Yeah.
So he's actually going to put a lot of effort into it. So we're not going to get a Ghost in the Shell situation.
Yeah.
Which still haven't seen it, so I guess I can't say too much. But it wasn't bad. It was just meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
Meh. Meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Did you see it?
Meh. No, I'm just saying meh. But because come on, it's a live adaptation of an anime. It's not going to be good. So
It's Carjo.
So
It's Carjo.
Okay. I was gonna bring up a point. Oh, you saw Game Night, right? No. Shoot, what else has he been in? Anyways, the goofy prince that Jasmine talks to.
Yeah, from Scotland.
Yeah, he's
push.
I'm pretty sure this is the actor. He's in Game Night, and he's
I know you're talking about. Yeah,
dude
I think
brings
that's
all the hot dates, and he's in a few. He's getting there. He's getting some roles. It's good for him. I loved him. He was funny. That was
such a throwaway character, and they brought him back.
Dude, I was so happy when they brought him back. I was like, yes. He had so much fun. I could just tell he had so much fun having that.
Did we ever see like? I think we saw another prince in the original, but like only for a little bit, because there were people trying to court her. Mm-hmm. So maybe we saw like the parade of another guy, and then a little bit.
Maybe because like that whole like party dance scene was totally new. That wasn't in the original.
It was very enjoyable.
It was fun. I guess they just wanted to make Agrabah their own fictional world. They didn't want to take inspiration from whatever it's called, the Taj Mahal, like in the original.
Oh yeah, it was Taj Mahal.
Yeah, so they just kind of made up their.
Was
own
it actually
thing.
Taj Mahal, or was it just like it looked like it?
It really looked like it. Like,
oh yeah, because they had like the towers.
And it was white.
Yeah.
And so this one they just kind of make up their own.
Yeah, because Taj Mahal is in India, right? Mm-hmm. So how weird that they put an Indian building into the country for the cartoon, but in the movie they take Indian actors and people throw a fit. Because the majority of them were Indian actors, right? Not Arabian or Persian. So yeah, we're just two white guys talking about it, so obviously we're not going to have a strong opinion on it. You win some, you lose
some. That's all I'm going to say about that. Like this is my thing. Like it's just like the first act is kind of a blur.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think what else happens.
He gets captured.
Okay, then here we go. Here's another gripe. I mentioned this in the initial reactions. Jafar loses so much of his coolness and how he can like manipulate himself. I was so excited to see an old dude. I was so excited to see Aladdin get arrested, thrown in jail, and there's this creepy old man coming with his little wooden cane and telling.
Oh, duh, because he was disguised as him, right?
Yeah. And that was not in this. Like literally, he meets up with Jasmine, and then he walks out. The guards come, and then next thing you know, they're in the desert. And I'm like,
whoa.
Okay, we just lost like 5 minutes of awesome storytelling.
Also,
but whatever.
Did we really get that much of his motives in the original?
Whose?
Of Jafar? Because this thing is all about he doesn't like being the second powerful person. He wants to be the most powerful person.
I don't really remember the motives. I think he was just evil to be evil. Like he just wanted.
Like he just wanted to be Sultan.
Yeah,
and he would do whatever.
Sultan, but this one was like I don't like being the second most powerful person.
I started at the bottom, and now I need
I'm a street rat.
the bodies that I've buried to get here. And then he fucking Sparta kicks the dude down the well.
That was pretty funny.
I also don't like the relationship. Is totally different between him and Iago, because I felt like it was like a love hate, but more hate on Jafar's end.
So much
But in
disappointment.
this one,
Iago.
Iago's just a servant. There's no like back and forth,
like at first,
no arguments.
When he was introduced, and I heard him like talk like a parrot, I was like, oh no,
He's just straight up a parrot.
He's a parrot that says more words than a normal parrot would say, and I was like, so we're never gonna get the funny cracker bits with the Sultan, like kind of stuffing him in there and killing him, and
the Sultan's not goofy either. He's just a dude. He's just dad.
And like, sometimes you couldn't even really tell he was under his spell.
Right, it was just like the little.
Right, just like a little bit, but like, yeah.
We only got like 3 of those, anyways.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Iago was definitely a disappointment because the whole time I'm like. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be so funny, but you're not at all, and it's just so disappointing because the banter between you two. And so then at the end, when he's like, "Bye, Jafar," and like Jafar grabs him, and like it didn't have as much weight because like to me,
it doesn't feel like they have a relationship.
To me, it's just like this parrot, like that was it.
It's
like,
just a bird.
It's just a fucking bird.
His spy bird. Bye, Jafar.
Yeah, that was probably his best line.
Like he could have just hid behind something and wait for him to go down. He wouldn't see it.
But he was so nice. He said bye. He's like, bye, Jafar. Like, it was nice while it lasted. Oh shit! You grabbed my tail. Guess I'm going with you.
Shit.
Let's see. Any more stuff in Act 1?
He gets captured.
I guess.
And then we get to the cave.
Yeah, I guess we do get the introduction to the handmaid at first, and we do have that funny scene where she is like, I don't know what's going. Oh, I'm the princess. Yes.
Oh yeah. Before he gets captured.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think she was.
I have all the clothes.
Yeah. She was fun. She. If they had like one or two more jokes of her, it could have gotten a little too annoying.
An innuendo when she's like, "I'm gonna go wash my cat." Was that an adult joke? And then the second time she's like, "This cat's not gonna wash itself." Like I was just like,
but then he's like, and then Aladdin's like, but they do wash themselves.
Yeah, I was like, don't cats wash themselves?
That good on you. I think that
that felt like a little too risque.
But like at the same time, I didn't pick it up, so like, I was like, all right.
Like that's the thing. If it is a joke, I was like, what is she getting at? Like, does she want Aladdin to? Or is there like a girl on girl kind of thing going on? Like I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, Disney.
It was funny. Doing? That whole sequence is very funny.
Yeah, that was.
Oh.
Yeah, she was really funny. I love at the end when she's like, "And we will have babies," just like straight up to Will Smith. I didn't really buy that right off the bat. That
like that little twist.
Yeah, like where he was like, "Oh," and she was like, "Oh," I'm like. Oh, like, okay, that was just like, okay, but like that happened really fast. Like Will Smith and Aladdin just talking. He's like, "Yo, she's cute." I'm like, "Okay, Will Smith, how old are you?" This is kind of creepy.
A few thousand years old. I'll just save it to the end.
So then yeah, I guess
there's guys behind me, right? That's pretty funny.
He gets captured.
This movie was fun.
He gets into the Cave of Wonders, and then this is when I started liking the movie more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, we're like 5 minutes from the introduction to the genie. Let's just see it. I want to see the song. I want to enjoy it. Hopefully, I love it. And
dude, it was beautiful. To the lava coming out, to Was that in the original him handing the lamp and then stepping on his hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. I did too. When it happened, I was like, wait, is this new? And I was
That
like,
whole
oh,
part
no.
was just muddy. I was like, how did this
Because that's
happen?
because, like,
We should have
at
watched the
at that
original.
point, he's still the old guy.
Right.
That's the biggest thing about this is that, like, he thinks he's just helping this old dude in the original, and then it turns out it's Jafar. In this one, he knows it's Jafar the whole time.
Does Jafar recognize him in the original then? When he comes in as Ali?
No, I think it's the genie magic as well, but
Right.
they don't explain it like they do in this one.
So in the original, they both don't know who each other are, whereas...
Yeah, because he was hiding as the whole old man.
I guess that's still nice in a way. It makes it different.
What movie did we just watch where that was kind of the same thing?
What?
Oh, no, that was Kingdom Hearts. Never mind.
Oh, my God. It's like, I feel like we're getting, like, different types of adaptations this year. We got Dumbo, where it's its own original story. Aladdin, that's still pretty true and then has its own variations. And I feel like Lion King could just be straight up Lion King.
Like, shot
no
for
changes,
shot.
no... And that's all it needs to be, and it's going
Whatever
to be
the
the best
runtime
movie.
for Lion King is, if the live
That would be
action,
amazing.
if it is, I'm
it's
gonna be like,
minute for minute.
wow, you guys are doing it. Okay.
Because, like, the Jungle Book is, like, hard because, like, you can pick and choose so many different things. So, like, Jon Favreau can just be like, "What? Can I just have the script to the original? Let's make that."
I liked In the Cave. I enjoyed it.
It was cool seeing the Ruby with Abu.
It
That little
was. I
scene
thought.
cool.
I wish it was gonna be the actual Ruby from the movie, where it was like held by that like one like gorilla statue. It was,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
really big. Like how that. So it was still cool. My thing
It was
is
just
that,
really
like,
trippy how it was spinning. I was really into it.
So they weren't allowed to touch any treasure yet. Like Abu like landed on all that gold, and I was like, like stop. Like why?
I think maybe like he actually held it because like he held it for like a second, and then he like did it.
But what's the predetermined? You know, like how does the Cave of Wonders sense? Like what if I pick it up and like, wow, that's really pretty, and then I just drop it.
Right.
But then like, what if I hold it for like wow, that's really oh shit. Like I pause like one extra second. And
Maybe
then,
you can also sense like your intent. Like obviously Abu wanted it there.
Yeah, I guess that was what they were probably
We're in
getting
a
at.
tiger cave that has gold, genies, and lava, and that's what you're upset with.
The logistics.
Yes.
The introduction to the
carpet.
was fun.
So
And
nice.
Him just clapping.
Shaking his little tassel.
He was
Oh,
awesome.
he's so cute. How does something without a face and a body look so adorable?
More than the monkey.
Yeah.
Also, I hate
I
it.
don't think monkeys are cute. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Spider monkeys are the cutest you can get. Like Abu.
yeah.
But even then, lemurs. Lemurs over monkeys.
Lemurs.
Every day.
Lemurs. And then so he gets the lamp, and then Jafar tries to betray him, but then he ends up getting the lamp, and then we meet him.
We get big boy genie.
We get the shot from the trailer, and this is it. This is the moment.
I'm glad it didn't go that way in the trailer because it looked like he rubbed it and then immediately he was like, "You ever heard of a genie before?"
Yeah.
Like if that's how it was gonna go, it was like really cringy.
So, I honestly, within like a minute, I was sold. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think like even like that first second when he did come out, I was like the big and mighty. Like I was like, oh god, this is awful. But like within a minute, I was like, shit, this is pretty good.
Yeah, like once he started like looking around, he's like, "What are you not getting?"
Yeah.
And like he started getting funny.
The song was really good.
Did we just not trust Disney or like what with that trailer?
I think it was just the oh my gosh, this is happening, and it's not
Yeah.
Robin Williams, and it looks like just Will Smith blue, and then Entertainment Weekly did the stupidest thing ever with just showing Will Smith as the genie and not the genie. That was the thing that really I was like, what?
Because that was our first look at it.
That was the first look, and I was like, wait, that's not the genie.
And he's like, "Not blue," and then we see the blue one because Disney's like, "Shit, we need to show him the blue one." Then it's like we don't want this either.
Yeah, double-edged sword.
I don't like this idea of like people saying like, "Oh, Robin Williams is probably rolling in his grave right now." I was like, if he was alive, he'd probably be stoked for this.
Do you know?
Why do you think
know
actors
the history of him in this movie?
didn't he not want to do it?
It's not okay.
first.
So long story
I
short,
see a lot of videos popping up recently talking about it.
long story short, he had no intention of doing it, but the directors took stand-up clips from his stuff and then animated the genie doing those. And Robin Williams loved it, and he was like, "Okay, I'll do it, and I will do it for the lowest paid salary if you promise not to market the character."
Okay.
He was like, the character cannot be on more than like 25% of the poster. No merchandise with my voice in it. All this stuff. For some reason, he wanted to like be very low key about it.
Okay.
And then Disney said, "Fuck that! This genie is hilarious," and they just threw that out of the window, and it really ruined Robin Williams and Disney's relationship for
Yeah, I
years.
can wonder why. I feel like Robin, like after the movie came out, would have like been okay with it, like renegotiate.
Mm-hmm. And then
Because Genie is arguably not the main character, but like he sells the movie.
and he's one of the biggest like Disney characters.
Yeah.
Like when you think of Disney characters, like next to Mickey Mouse, you think of like the genie. Like
Yeah.
he's up there. And there's like, I think there's 3.
Like, would you rather have
spin-off
Aladdin
movies,
or the Genie?
right? There's 3 spin-off movies, and the voice actor for Homer did the genie for the second, the first and second spin-off movies, if there are 3. If not, but Robin Williams does come back for the last one as the genie, which is kind of surprising because they eventually.
But he also did the sequel too, right?
No, that was the guy that did Homer.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he didn't come back because he was mad at Disney. He was
Right.
like, "No, like you broke my."
I think I've only seen the second one once.
Yeah, I could not.
Doesn't Jafar come back?
There's
that's the
okay.
main
So I
thing.
think there's that one, and then there's the Den of Thieves or whatever when you find out about Aladdin's dad. So maybe there's only 2 spin-off movies.
Oh shit! In the hand,
Yeah.
the golden hand. I need to see these.
Well, dude,
I just got a rush of memories with that.
what if like Disney Plus makes these smaller live action
Right.
ones of the VHS?
Well, I was thinking about that because I'll just say it now. Is the genie not a genie anymore?
Dude, thank you.
It feels like he's not a genie
I
anymore.
don't like that. I was gonna bring that up towards the end because, like, at the end of the movie, like, the genie still like went crazy and like bounced around and
Yeah.
like rocket off into the sunset or
He was
whatever.
free, but not.
He turned into the fucking moon.
Yeah.
Like, but now he's just a human.
Yeah, and he starts a family.
I don't like
Because
that.
I feel like Disney just has no plans of a sequel now.
Which I get.
Yeah, if that was their plan, they're just fine with just
If-
Aladdin by itself.
If that's the case, then it sounds like they're not going to do any of their straight to VHS DVD movies
Right.
as live actions, which is fine because like
Because then people would really start writing. It's like, we don't need every movie.
we don't need every movie you made animated live action. But that was my thing. I was just like, I was kind of I was excited for him to like do that where he like he's like, I'm free, and then just goes crazy and
Yeah.
like shoots fireworks, but he's just like, they do the callback joke, and then I'm like, oh, so like you're just a dude, so you're gonna die,
Just
and
a
like
dude playing a dude, acting as another dude playing a dude.
you're gonna die in like 80 years, huh? Like, is that like how old are you technically now? Like,
Right.
are you like 30? Like, what's going on?
God, he does the Melisandre trick and he just rapidly ages.
That'd be so sad. He's
Right?
like, I'm free. It's like, oh, I just die.
Take it back. God damn it.
I was
maybe,
kind of.
maybe they'll find a loophole.
Did you stay for all the credits or did you leave?
I felt pressured because like this is the first time like when I was sitting in the theater. I think there was only one other dude. Like 3 workers came and started sweeping. I'm like, what do they do when they get to my row? I just felt obligated to move and leave.
Yeah, we didn't stay for the full credits, but I was. It'd been so funny if at the end if it said like Jafar will return. Like, I was hoping that
Oh
like
my God.
if that happened,
Right.
that'd have been so funny if Disney.
Let
was
us know in the comments down below if something happened.
right? Or if they had like, what if like these Disney live action remakes, like the end credit scene leads into the next one. So like we got an end credit scene for the Lion King.
You just hear the lion sleeps tonight from Timon and Pumbaa.
But that's just to get a little tangent now. Like I want to see Lion King 1.5, like Timon's story.
Right.
I want to see that, like how he meets Pumbaa. That'd be so much fun.
I mean, it's gonna get to a point, right?
Maybe
At this rate,
maybe right now,
Fucking 5 years in what 2022? Is that what you said?
something, yeah, like that. Maybe right now they're like, that's
Dude, we're
too
going to get to a
much.
point, MCU, Star Wars, and live action Disney movies, we're going to get to a point where we're getting double-digit Disney movies in a year.
Oh, it's
We're
already
close
gonna, it's
to
gonna
it.
happen.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised. Maybe not next year, but the year after, if like the top 10 box office is all Disney, I wouldn't be surprised because
Disney's
really the
conglomerate.
only hope for like Warner Brothers now is like Wonder Woman. Really, like when that sequel comes out, that will probably make some money because
to get some-
Shazam did not. So
or Aquaman, maybe.
Aquaman made it a lot worldwide, so
Mm-hmm.
that was good. So maybe the sequel might do good, but Disney will.
Yeah,
be,
Wonder Woman is a very American looking.
mm-hmm.
Which is weird. Why does she have stars and stripes if she's just an Amazonian?
I don't know.
Is it because she fought in the World Wars?
Maybe we're supposed to be talking about Aladdin.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk
Where
about the
we at?
song. I loved
Where were we at?
the song, like the introduction to the
Mm-hmm.
genie. Abu, when you
So
like
funny.
get the little symbols and then do the little kazoo. Like that's like when the theater kind of started laughing. Like that was pretty funny.
Yeah, same.
And then he
The
actually
drums.
it started, and then just I'm like, yes, here we go. Like I just love the trumpets.
Dude, I'm gonna see this movie again. I kind of want to. The songs, I usually don't really care about musicals, but like the songs really did it for me in this movie.
Here's my thing, and this is my biggest gripe with The Lion King. It's been my biggest gripe with Beauty and the Beast and all of these live action movies is that it doesn't. I just don't think it captures the magic like the cartoon does. Because in the cartoon, it's just stop with that fucking face.
Well, I think a big problem is because with the cartoons, I think they go out of their way to find someone that sings, and then they're the voice actor. In this
Well-
movie, they need to find someone that can act, that can also sing.
Not even that. It was the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was too dark. I wanted it to be more vibrant and bright, like in the original, like with the really bright colors. And I just thought that there were like moments of brightness, but like I just thought that it was kind of cavey dark still throughout the whole song. It was kind of hard to see at some points. But the ending shot, I was so happy. I thought I was like, yes, like that's what you needed in that ending shot, because that's like the big
Yeah, even that
selling
shot
point.
when like they're in like the diner area, and then all the Wills looked at him. I was like, "That's cool." I wonder how
Yeah,
they
that
did
was that was fun. That was fun
I think it helps it make it feel like its own movie, though. You know.
in a way.
I know your
guess.
biggest thing with The Lion King is can't wait to be king. How are they going to do that sequence?
Honestly, how are they gonna do that sequence? I really need to know.
Oh my god, they just skipped it. No.
No.
That's one of the 5 confirmed songs, so we have to get it. But yeah, after that song, I was just like, Genie's 100% sold.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he
movie's
was
gonna be
sold, and then that's when I feel like he felt really comfortable, obviously. And then I do like the bit where like Aladdin is just like totally awkward, and he's just like, "What's going on?" Like I don't really know what. And then he was playing dumb, obviously, because he was
Right.
trying to get a wish out of him.
Yeah.
And I like that fourth wall break. That was pretty funny when they rewound the movie.
Yeah,
and
so
then he kind
good.
of looks at it. He's just like,
You got me.
you got me.
Because I feel like they broke the fourth wall a few times, at least in the original.
Mm-hmm. I do like the part where he's like, "Can't make you fall in
All the
love.
swooshes.
Can't
water.
bring back the dead," and he like does like the zombie.
Yeah, that was really fun. A mummy? Get it right.
sorry.
Get your undead creatures.
What was it a zombie then in the cartoon? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. No, it was like this creepy dude. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. But
Yeah, the hand kind of does stick out.
yeah, like he had like this creepy hand. That was all fun. I was hoping there was gonna be some like random like references like a Jack Nicholson or something. Like I was
Right.
kind of hoping he would pop in just like a random
Some of
face.
the popular ones.
Yeah, like it'd be great if like they made like, cause like what Matt said, because Matt's not here because he's asleep.
What if they made a Marvel reference?
Well, that's what he said. He was like the part where the genie transforms into Aladdin's face.
Uh-huh.
He thought that he like totally was like Loki, where he like turns into the captain. Like that's what he felt like that, and that was really funny when he did that. When he mocked him for that second, and I was just kind of like, it'd been cool if he did like one or two more of those, where like they just like got a famous actor like Samuel L. Jackson. That'd have been hilarious. Like if he like got to like just made that kind of joke or something.
Yeah, an eye patch.
Yeah, like just something like that would have been really funny. But all his jokes were on point. They escaped the cave, and I love when
through a loophole.
I love when he's talking about Jasmine and like Will Smith is like kicking his feet back and everything. Like that shot was just perfect. It was so funny.
And the Prince thing. That was
the
funny.
Prince.
Where my pals at?
Where my pals at?
Can you get me out of here or whatever you said?
Yeah, he was really funny. We get the shot with Abu going.
Yeah.
and
I know your biggest gripe when he makes his first wish, and then when you finally get the parade sequence. I think it was you that said it, where like it didn't look big enough. It just looked like a small little town parade.
Yeah,
I think it looked a lot better in this one.
It was better.
Still wasn't as big of a scale, but it was pretty good.
It was better. I did like the little bit when he was trying to dress him up, and he was getting like he had like the little persona on. And,
we're gonna make it cashmere. What's cashmere?
This head's too big. He's like just you wait. And then he has the big hat. That was really funny.
The stripes aren't right.
And I do think that also happened when like Abu turned into a donkey and then a camel and then turned into the elephant. That was nice. And
Don't worry, it's only for a little bit.
And then the next song comes in. And they do explain a babwa.
Yeah, I did. It's like you're from what?
Babwa. So they do explain.
Did they just make it up on the spot in the original? They're just like, you're from a babwa.
I wonder, like, is that the lyrics?
We should have watched.
I know.
The original.
I really wanted to
at some point.
When I was like 20 minutes in,
minutes.
when I was 20 minutes in this movie, I was like,
shit.
I should have watched the original because like I do really know it really well, but it would have been nice to just like see it and then go and be like,
especially the references that the genie makes.
Yeah, definitely. So little fault. We'll make sure we watch The Lion King. I own that one for sure, so we'll make sure we watch that one. We just had some issues. Not issues. We were just busy Thursday night, so that's why we didn't.
Yeah.
We're kind of thrown off right now on this podcast, but
hence why the initial reaction is coming out on a Saturday, not a Friday.
Yeah.
Like we'd like to.
So
us and schedules. What if we had a schedule?
We had a schedule for like
exactly
a solid like 2 months.
Yeah, we're a different channel at this point. That was a fun sequence.
It was fun. It was a good song. I loved when I was hoping Genie was going to turn into the girl, and he did. That was a lot of fun. I was hoping they were going to do that.
A few people were cracking up about that.
Yeah, what were you going to say though?
I think Dolby really stood out at the end when he's like, "Waiting on you,
waiting on
you," and then you got the boom, boom. And I was like, I love this.
Yeah,
so good.
The big ending was good.
And I love the Sultan was just like,
I'm feeling it. And then
so
Jasmine's like,
bitch, you don't even stay for the close. It's the best part.
Come on. Then we go inside, which is honestly probably the funniest scene in the movie.
The jams, dude.
The
jams.
Everybody in that room sold. I bet that was like the best day on set.
I feel like Will Smith and damn, I feel bad. A little tangent. I do hope we do see more of Aladdin and Jasmine. Those actors. They're unknowns for American audience, obviously.
She's Power Ranger girl, isn't she?
Who fucking watched the Power Ranger movie?
I think Matt did. So if he was here, if he was here, I'm pretty sure she was. Power
Maybe they're
girl.
more Bollywood famous actors,
but hopefully this does something for them.
But I would love it if just like Will Smith and him, just like we're just doing improv for that part.
Oh yeah, because I could just imagine that was such a fun day.
Yeah, and you felt like a lot of chemistry there.
Mm-hmm. It was really awkward. It was really funny. It just Will Smith was just like stop.
So I can buy you.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
He's like, seriously, don't touch me.
Yeah, they had really good banter. And
what the fuck was that wheel? Anyways, the most expensive thing. What was it?
I don't. Just a thing.
Just a toy made out of gold,
right? Yeah, that was pretty awkward, and that was a really funny scene. And yeah, the jams. That was great.
Statues and spices. And
all the junk that they had back in the day.
I didn't eat. So like I was really craving some fucking toast. Some toast, some buttered toast, some jelly would have been perfect right there.
We went to Longhorn. We went fancy.
Bastards.
It was really nice.
I hate you guys. So I got my cheap McDonald's afterwards.
And what was next? I guess like that was like when they were chilling in the room. Is that when A Whole New World came on?
No, because we had the dance party.
Okay, that was next. So
was that next? I feel like we got like a Jafar scene in between.
And it was probably awful because he's so boring in this movie.
Yeah. Dude, like I said, if they could just get someone that looks like Tim Curry, but like did Tim Curry?
No, I just think a dude, really.
Really?
I don't think I really know.
But like that's the kind of voice you want, that deep, evil, gravelly.
Like it's hard because like I really couldn't think of an actor right now off the top of my head. And I honestly, even if I sat up, like, I mean...
everyone in this movie is unknown to at least American audiences, besides Will Smith.
Yeah. And so... Jafar is just boring.
If they could have just taken a little more time and just been, like, nail that one down, totally fine. And it's nowhere near the scrutiny that people are putting on Scar. Scar is completely fine in my eyes. It's not Jeremy Irons. Sucks a little bit, but this movie is its own thing. It doesn't need to be Jeremy Irons, and it's being played by Chiwetel something.
12 Years a Slave, dude.
Yeah, bad guy from Doctor Strange, or now will be bad guy. And it sounds good. It still sounds like, that's the thing. He still sounds evil. Scar still sounds evil. Jafar does not.
Take me the lamp.
Your life starts now.
Like, oh gosh, he was so monotone. Anyways,
I did like the moments where like he was trying to be like mean, polite. Where he's like, maybe you weren't listening to me. Like, those were nice. I feel like for his character to really pull off Jafar, you had to rewrite Jafar. But that would have been a crime to rewrite Jafar in
he's
Aladdin.
So good in the original.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, you know what? Let's just take the really bad stuff as Jafar does in the original.
Not do it.
Not do that.
And that sequence when he steals the lamp, it's just like, that felt lazy.
Right.
Just a little, I'm a thief too. Which was a nice callback to like, they're both the same, came from the same place.
And
like,
it
literally was a second.
The flashback of like the one
he just
like,
turned into John Cena
and like looking like
him realizing what happened.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
If he just like went up to him and was just like, got it. And then John Cena just like clone-sized Aladdin out of nowhere.
A+ right there.
Fucking trumpet goes back to Abu and
then roll credits. All right, guys, that was the podcast.
Again, Disney, you need to hire us.
Hire us for genius. Danny DeVito, the entire movie.
Fucking Tyler Perry, Medea movie, Aladdin, just Danny DeVito, every character.
Even the monkey.
Even the monkey.
Were you triggered that like Aladdin didn't call Abu every time?
Abu.
But then sometimes he'd just be like monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the monkey. It's like, no, it's Abu. That's his name.
Abu.
Not monkey.
Is that how Jasmine figured out it was Aladdin in the original? Or did she just like...
Maybe. I know that shot where like he like says like, can you trust me? That's from the original.
Right, and she kind of like...
Yeah, but like I don't know if that was like... I think it was... Damn it. Dude, this is when we should have watched the original. Because then it would have been fresh in our minds. Because there
all
are
the
like...
callbacks.
Like I know... Like every scene. I can tell you every scene, but I couldn't tell you every plot point, even minor ones. The dance scene, the whole party was really fun.
Yeah. I wish they didn't spoil that part when he just shoots him away. He's just like, I hate you.
That was fun. The introduction to the side love story of the genie and the handmaid.
Totally not needed, but it was welcome.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It obviously set up to what...
Genie's just trying to get his dick wet.
Right. Good for him.
He hasn't had sex in 10,000 years.
Cut him some slack. What if we get a genie origin movie?
Honestly, I felt like they were trying to go some route like that. Like that's the thing. It would just feel empty now because like I want Genie, but I want Genie and Aladdin. I don't want Genie and some schmuck.
Well, this is kind of like how this movie ends. It kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth, just like Detective Pikachu, where I was like, oh, so the genie's not the genie anymore. Oh, so Pikachu really can't talk.
Right.
Okay.
They just put big borders around the movie. It's like, this is all by itself now. Maybe just because like we live in the world now that we want sequels.
Right. And like,
are we spoiled?
Not really,
Because there was a time where we're like, oh my god, we're fatigued from all these connected movies.
Because like a great movie like Blade Runner 2049, like that was a movie. Obviously it connected to, it was a sequel, but like it didn't try to go to something else. You know?
Right.
Like the movie ended, and you're like, they're
It
never.
left it open, but ended it kind of.
Yeah, in this one, it was just like, nope, Genie is a human.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to die.
I mean, maybe he's still a genie. I think it's a little open ended. I don't know. Because like a part of me is like, yeah, why don't you just get a bigger boat? But maybe he just wants a small boat.
Maybe he wants to live the human life.
Yeah.
He has the power.
Yeah,
but
maybe
he really
that's
doesn't
it.
want to use them.
Maybe that's it.
Fuck him. I'd use my powers still.
Right?
Right.
Well, maybe that's why like he snapped at the kids. He was like, I want a small boat. I could get a big boat, but I want a small boat.
Anything else happened in the party? Jafar tried to
Dancing was
do
cool.
the spell.
Fucking, that shit was neat. We got some old fashioned belly dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You're mad we didn't get to see the crop top.
No, I mean,
belly.
I knew it wasn't gonna happen. That was not gonna fly. But
We got fucking girls touching pussy jokes in before that, but we don't get actual skin.
oh, hello there, little fly. You're dead
Oh. Okay.
now. And then yeah, he goes a little. I like the little fact that like the genie was controlling his dance moves. That was pretty funny.
And like he couldn't do it at first. Like he was just messing up, and then he finally got it.
And then does the flip, and it's too much, and Jasmine walks off yet again. And then
we get the little lovey-dovey between the handmaid and the genie. I do like how she didn't realize it at first. Like, she doesn't care about flowers. Like, oh, they're for me?
oh, they're for me. Excuse me. And then
It does feel a
do
little
you like
unrealistic.
sheep butter?
Huh?
Do you like sheep butter?
Would you like to go on a stroll?
What were you gonna say?
It does feel like a little unrealistic because, like, in the real world, the princess is gonna be like that's your handmaiden. Like, you're not gonna wash your own stuff. So, like, what are you gonna do when she's gone? You're not gonna let her leave.
Right.
The palace isn't gonna let her leave. But it's a Disney movie, so the handmaid gets to do whatever she wants.
Whatever. And also, she was a new character.
Yes.
And then Aladdin
Still
pops
very
in, a whole new world. Here we go.
I like that the tiger just
Yeah.
just lick a tongue, his
A
whole face.
lot more cute than the pink guy from Detective Pikachu. That was just uncomfortable.
Lick a tongue?
Yeah. That was just uncomfortable.
Seeing the cartoon Genie was really nice.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
I was like, oh,
I'm pretty sure that was from the cartoon.
Mhm.
Him being on the map. Yeah, whole new world. Definitely teared up a little bit.
I remember it being
Such a-
longer in the original.
I think it's just because
Did
they
you feel like the songs kind of were shortened in the live action?
maybe.
I just kind of felt like the songs happened so fast.
I feel like they went to more countries in the cartoon.
I'm pretty sure they did. I
Maybe
feel like
that's
they were
it.
trying to stay a little more realistic in this
Mhm.
one, where they just like traveled around the border of their town, but
Right.
because then they end up back in their town watching the people. But I'm pretty sure they're like in China watching
Right, yeah.
fireworks or something.
Yeah.
So
You see, what if it's the ending of Mulan with the fireworks?
cinematic Disney universe.
The DCU.
Oh no.
I know it would be the DACU, the DACU, Disney Animated Cinematic No, or the DAU, Disney Animated Universe. I don't know.
Daku sounds cool. I mean, obviously.
It sounds like a MacGuffin. He's got the DACU.
He's got the Daku.
Got the DACU.
Oh, we need to watch.
What are we talking about,
we need to
guys?
watch whatever that show's called. My Hero.
Deku.
It's been a minute.
Dude, if Deku made a cameo in the DACU, that'd be great.
Let's do it.
Can we get an anime cinematic universe? Also, side story. I forgot MomoCon is like currently happening.
Oh yeah.
There's just this table of just they didn't go all out, but like there are people dressed up, and there's a dude with like a wig, like a pink wig and all that. And I know people are looking at him. I was like, what the fuck is going on at this table? Oh, MomoCon. There's one chick with elf ears. It's like, you're the hottest one in the group. That's not fair. Put that away.
We rip those off.
Yes, we need to watch My Hero again.
Yes, soon.
Because we're done with season 1.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
done with season 2.
Yeah, we are. Sorry, everybody.
Whole new world, drops her off.
Yep, drops her off.
And then he gets captured again?
They do a little kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
From the help with the little magic carpet.
And
Right,
I'm pretty sure Iago goes, interesting. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're not funny.
You're not Gilbert. Gilbert wanted to do it.
Yes!
Gilbert is so mad.
After watching this, it's an insult, honestly.
Yeah. The fact they didn't contact him. We want a real parrot. Oh, well, I guess you don't want a really good movie.
Is that when he gets captured again? Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want the parrot to overshadow their weak Jafar.
Honestly.
If they make a weak Iago and a weak Jafar, then it's even. Come on to you, Disney. You should hire us so we don't whistleblow you. If you're paying us Disney money, then we won't do anything. We'll sell out.
Disney money, just literally Walt Disney.
Do we sell out if we get hired by Disney?
Yes. I want a future.
Maybe because if we don't, we will be pulled into the ground because nobody says no to Disney.
Pretty much. Like Disney's like frozen head just shows up and he's like, you either say yes now
on some fucking
or
spider legs.
Die.
I'm not going to sleep tonight. That's terrifying.
I need to.
He gets captured again.
Yeah, captured again, and I was like, oh, here's the part going underwater. Gonna die, but not die, and that's what happens.
Yeah, what was the point of that slow-mo?
Guy Ritchie trying to do his thing.
Dude, that was a fall, too. That was like 3 to 5 story fall in some water.
Mm-hmm.
Like the chair broke completely. I wonder how that felt on the body.
Yeah, that would have fucking hurt.
Yeah. Because that's what happens in the cartoon. He gets thrown into some water.
What I don't remember is that counting as a wish, but I guess it does.
Right?
That was kind of cheap. I was like, Genie, come on. Come on, man.
You can just push him up.
Come on.
Just do it.
Don't be that greedy.
He's obviously passed out. He can't do anything.
But I don't remember that counting as a wish last time.
Mm-hmm. Nice that he made him sign a contract.
And then he gets out, and then Jafar's like,
all right, let's hold on. Let's take a quick break.
Oh,
Sorry about that, guys. Our camera was about to overheat, and we were going to lose our footage. So
that
was a nice little break.
So Jafar, Aladdin is saved, and then Jafar is like, Sultan, like Aladdin's actually a bad guy. And he's gonna start. Oh shit! There he is. Gotta go.
That was a fun moment. Where he's like, "Oh, you got."
Pretty much, yeah. It was funny.
I kind of wish they would have realized that the staff was doing something. It just kind of dragged on a little bit too long. Like we got the face shots and like, Father, no, Sultan, what are you doing? Yeah, he's a bad guy. But that was a pretty cool sequence of seeing it. Just scenery of him smashing and just
breaking. Yeah. So then he runs away like a little bitch he is, and you think everything is fine and dandy, but not really.
Wait, did he run away? I thought he got captured.
Oh.
And then he got out.
Yeah, then he ran away.
He
got out. Then he ran away. That's what I was
thinking.
thinking.
Then we got, what was Aladdin doing? Why did he go back?
Well, that's like at the point when Aladdin was like super cocky and he's like, I don't need you, Genie. I got to use my last wish on something else because your freedom is not important.
Yeah. Oh, and then he put it in the bag. They had the argument, and then he was going to go back home. Which, by the way, that's a dope little living space.
Right.
Never talked about that.
Right. Really cool.
Maybe you can sell that guitar for some 3 bags of dates.
Guitar. And so, yeah, he does that.
That John Cena stealing situation.
Yep. And I was like,
lame.
Duh.
God, it's freaking evil laugh.
Can you do that again for me, please?
We saw a lot of teeth.
Yeah, it was okay. And I
think he was trying hard to get the Jafar smile. Because, like, Jafar's smile is, like, very, like, crooked and, like...
He tried his darndest.
I'll give him props, dude. He tried.
He tried. Just didn't work.
But you know what? That's like giving Macaulay Culkin the role of Thanos. It's like, that's not for you, man. You can do all you want. It's just not for you.
We love you, buddy. And then...
when Tony does the snap, he's just like...
oh, my God.
He fades away. Disney. I hope these ideas, man.
The people listening to this just heard your cheek smack and they just instantly knew what you were doing.
The face, man. It's got to be the one thing he's known for.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
So, Jafar is now...
Dude, he stuck his way into the throne room.
Yeah. And My one thing is I loved how big the genie got with Jafar. At one point, he was like Godzilla size.
Yeah.
He was just and like lifting up the palace. And
Right.
Like, all like this Greek.
And Will Smith did a
Roman
good job
shit.
of showing just like how much he just hates it. He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then he becomes the Sultan, realizes that that's not powerful enough.
Mm-hmm.
So then that was kind of foreshadowing to where,
Yeah,
the
nice
genie
little
was-
explanation.
Genie was like, no matter how high you think power is, it goes higher.
Me, you, Genie. Or
Yeah.
like you, Sultan Genie.
And so he becomes the most powerful one. And then that was about the time when I was like, nope, he's not turning into the snake. I was like, he's not turning into the snake, which is so
Well, the snake
disappointing.
was after he got teleported, right?
Yeah, when he comes back.
Which I kind of wish we didn't get the spire.
Yeah.
That was a cool sequence, like of like having to avoid that.
Yeah, that was
Like,
intense.
The carpet get teleported too?
Yeah, the genie did it.
Right. For some reason, I remember the carpet being stuck under the spire.
I think it was, but in this one, the genie just kind of went
Right.
whoop and made him disappear.
Which was nice. But yeah, he just kind of is there, and like it's in daylight.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't feel
not
that
as
dangerous.
intense.
It was like a blizzard at night when he got.
It wasn't as intense as
I was
the
thinking
original.
about it. Is the edge of the world for Agrabah? Is it confirmed that it's Saudi Arabia? Like that's where, like present day Saudi Arabia? I'd
I
assume
have
so,
no
somewhere
idea.
around there. So what's on the opposite end of Saudi Arabia? Because I was thinking, is like, are they in Canada
Water?
or something? Or like, what's in that area? You know,
Water.
probably water. Probably water. But yeah, that whole blizzard part wasn't that. I mean, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got Abu. Abu was scared and alone, all cold. Looked miserable still.
We get Jasmine's song.
Oh yeah, and a straight up music video
Literally.
promotion.
It was a little clunky. I didn't like it.
I was like,
Just like, I could just tell how the camera was moving. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it.
oh, like it was going around her.
Yeah.
I will say, her acting at that part was amazing, because like it went from just singing, and then at like it was gradually getting more and more like you could see the tears in her eyes. Like she was like so sad.
Yeah, you could tell like she was really trying to act, which is her job.
You
But
could just see
good
like
on
the
her.
frustration of Jasmine in that moment. It was really good. I mean,
One thing I want to do,
Oscar worthy, but like it was pretty fucking cold.
just a random thought right now. Shout out to Connor for refusing to see this movie, if he even watches this podcast or listens to it. He refuses.
What are you trying to accomplish here, buddy?
You have AMC A-list.
Yeah, Disney's gonna get your money somehow. What are you doing boycotting it? You're just taking away joy from your life. You're boycotting fun from your life, okay, man? Still love you, but like, just watch the movie. It was a good time.
No alcohol required.
It was fun. We both enjoyed it.
I both enjoyed it.
Would you go see it again? Well, in Dolby?
I don't know.
If you got to skip the first act, would you see it again?
Probably. If I walk in when he's entering the Cave of Wonders, I'd watch it again.
I just want to see the genie, his mannerisms and whatnot again.
So we get back, and there's the
And Hakeem was a loyal
yeah,
servant.
yep, loyal servant, and that was all nice when they all realized that he was like, oh
Dude, we didn't get the curved swords,
no,
the sabers,
makes sense. Just violence.
right? That was like an iconic thing from Aladdin. Was just seeing him
'cause
clacking them around.
That's what he uses as a weapon.
Yeah.
Like, in everything, every video game, that's what he uses. So, a little
Lame.
weird.
Long.
And then we get the big shot of Iago, which I guess is technically the snake,
Yeah, I mean, that's what they gave up for it.
but not as cool at all,
It was only like 3 minutes long.
right? And it was cool, like,
was
like
kinda
his
scary.
feathers were black. That was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
But again, trying to be its own movie.
Yeah, but I just love the snake, like, cause like he's talking and like,
And a slippy little snake.
cause he's so, cause that's who he is. He also is just like a snake, and so
Yeah.
he's so like creepy like that. It just fit the character so well. But then he gets shrunken again. They get the lamp, and then that's when he talks him into being
Yep.
like, "Yo, you gotta be the
Sneaky
genie.
little thief
Gotta
self.
be the genie."
And like all that was fine. The bird thing was a letdown for some people. It was all right.
It was fine, but I knew it wasn't the snake, so.
You also noticed that like he had time to put snakes in the pond, like snake statues around that pond thing.
Oh, I thought that's when he was like the all master sorcerer, and he kept banging his staff, and like things kept like the
Yeah,
the
that was
fence
cool.
started growing. So those things probably just grew as well.
Yeah.
Like he just was all powerful.
I just seen that cool little pond with just snakes around it.
I guess
Indiana Jones did not have a good time in this movie.
I guess the three, the Sultan, Jasmine, and the handmaid, them being frozen was kind of like her being in the sand timer thing.
Yeah, I was getting some freaking Dark World vibes from that. And I'm like, I don't like this now.
It didn't. Yeah, it felt
Like that effect with like being stuck with like, you know what I mean?
it didn't fit the movie.
Yeah.
It felt out of place, and I was just like, I don't know.
It would have
about
cost
this.
too much to put him in a timer, hourglass.
And then also, like, just when Jafar as a genie looks so awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So awesome.
Because he looks like a demon.
It's amazing. It's one of the coolest designs in a movie for Disney.
But
as
they
a villain.
decided to put the dude's
Buzzed head on a muscular body, and it just looked goofy beyond
Yeah.
belief.
And also like his head was like unproportional to his body. It looked bigger.
It looked like a big head kind of thing, like Pep Boys. And
Yeah.
and then his voice wasn't even done. Obviously,
didn't,
his
like,
voice
add
to
an
begin
effect
with
to it.
wasn't even good. But like
Like,
it was,
instead of making it deeper, what if we just make it more nasally?
and then like obviously he started doing like the ball thing or whatever, but it didn't look as cool. Like I just want to watch that scene now. 'Cause
Also, why did he want to invade this country? Why is that like immediately what he wants to do?
he wants to be number one.
But why? That was some great timing.
That was some great timing.
Like, because immediately he's like, all right, I'm Sultan. Invade! Right now! Do it! I wish that's how he did. He's just like super neat.
Nike.
Just because they're peaceful and we need to be better than them. Blah. I'm not going to wait an hour to think it up. Just immediately. I don't know. I think they just introduced that war plot and they had to pay it off somehow.
Right. There's
Freaking Sahasrarland, whatever it's
and
called.
then
I know it's not Sahasrarland because that's from Super Mario.
but then he just gets tricked and gets
That sequence is cool. It's just boom, boom. What's going on? You're coming with me.
I could be fucking Iago. Come on, anybody could have been Iago.
Bye, Jafar. Oh my god.
And then all is happy. Jasmine is now queen.
Sultan,
Yep, Sultan. Is that how it ends in the cartoon?
passing the power.
Yeah.
I assume so. Maybe something like that. They get to be married, change the rules, and Genie not only becomes free and a human apparently,
But got laid.
got laid, had 2 kids. It was really hammy, but it fit the movie that she's like, I want 2 kids, a boat, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It was really funny. And we didn't need this payoff, but like that was the family at the beginning. That was neat.
Yep. That was
Really neat.
I mean, I guess we didn't really need that unnecessary flashback shot. I was like, I kind of understood that those were his kids, but yeah. And then it ends with them having their little dance off again. That was fun. All the characters just dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Talking about it more, I guess I do enjoy it a little bit more. Jafar is just such a letdown because he is such a good villain and they ruined it.
Jafar and Street Rat were the only bad things about this movie for me.
Yeah. I mean, the first act as a whole is bad. Street Rat is awful.
Yeah, if you take out Arabian Night,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
First act. Not
But
good.
like Street Rat is like there's no redemption. Like that was
Act 1 is, it's not good, it's just blah.
yeah, there's nothing cuz you're just kind of waiting for Aladdin to go wake up the genie because then the
Right.
movie really starts. And so yeah, those are the big 2 negatives, but they are kind of like big negatives because it is about almost
First
30
act
more
one,
minutes
yeah.
before more than the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they do add more content, but they take out important stuff, in my opinion.
Right.
But shoot, I mean, it was fine.
It's just fine.
It was just fine. And that's the thing right now with these live action movies, is that they're just fine. I want the one...
Dumbo wasn't just fine.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm like... But I want the one where I'm like, holy shit, like, this was awesome. Like, this was needed.
Uh-huh.
Like, I just feel like the Dumbo
I'd say
one...
Dumbo was close.
It was close to, like, something that, like... And I think that's what helped, is that, like, they really haven't done older movies.
Wasn't Jungle Book kind of like the first? Well, I mean, it was like the first thing to happen, but I feel like that blew a lot of people's minds, saying Jungle Book.
Yeah, because, like, it was... Maleficent was kind of, like... They were testing waters. But I think, like, Cinderella was, like, the first true one that they tried to do. And it also was just, like...
I don't remember it.
I don't even think I've seen it.
Right.
And then I think next came Jungle Book.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, oh my god.
I think if Jungle Book stayed
what are they doing? This is
true
crazy.
to form,
like,
and had all the songs. I remember that being the big gripe, was that there was only a few songs.
And it
like
felt
two
awkward.
songs.
It felt...
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a musical. And so then they were like, you know what? Okay, we just got to go full musical.
Because it was like epic, right? And then they threw some music into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lion King is going to be the culmination of all of it. It's just going to be scene for scene. And stop fucking saying that's a bad thing. Like, I don't get it. Nobody asked for this movie. So? Well, first off, I did. A lot of people did. I assume a lot of people that saw Jungle Book, because I was like, Lion King. Jon
Right.
Favreau, Lion King.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody needs to ask for this movie for it to be made.
And it's just... After this, that's it for this year.
Yep.
For live actions. Besides, if you count Lady and the Tramp coming out in November on Disney Plus, which I'll probably I'll watch the trailer and I'll just be like, never again. We'll probably do a reaction to it when the trailer comes out.
I'm just gonna watch Air Bud. Was Air Bud good?
I don't really.
I know the spin-offs are just
I don't
a
really
joke,
remember if it was good or not.
right?
But
He plays basketball. That's the first one he does.
yeah. Then he has all the puppies and
Air Buddies.
And the puppies go to like space and like save Christmas or
Stop.
something.
Stop.
Anyway, grade.
B.
B. All right. I give it a C plus.
The first act, really?
First act really killed me. And Jafar. Like, I knew when I saw the first trailer, and that I was more scared of Jafar than the genie. I was worried because I was just like,
I would say, like, honestly, I gave Detective Pikachu the same grade. Like, honestly, as far as like rewatchability, I'd say it's the same thing. They're pretty equal.
They both are kids movies.
Yeah.
The next movie we are going to see is totally not a kids movie. So
Yes. Both of them.
we don't really know what's going to go on for the format right now for the podcast, because like back to back like movies are coming out. Like,
Yeah.
instead of just one movie, now it's like two movies.
Yeah.
So
if I think Brightburn it's hyped, but I don't think it's that hyped. So maybe we'll talk about it for like half an hour and talk about that's gonna be a long podcast.
Godzilla has to be its own podcast, I think.
Maybe we talk about Brightburn for a little bit.
Maybe.
Like 10-15 minutes.
We'll see. We'll feel it out. But definitely next week.
It's definitely something new, talking about two movies.
Yeah.
Did we talk about two movies before?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. This is what, number 23?
24.
24?
Yeah, John Wick is 23.
Okay, John Wick was 23. Many more podcasts, many more Mondays.
Gotta keep them going.
That's what one of my YouTubers says. But he says many more games, many more Mondays.
Code word? Say goodbye, Jafar.
Mm.
But as you're typing it, you have to say it in your parrot voice. No, not your parrot voice, in your Gilbert Gottfried voice. Trusting all of you that are typing that. I'm watching you.
Jafar.
But yeah, this has been Fun Time Movies. This has been a fun movie, guys. I don't know what I was trying to say.
It is almost 4 a.m.
If you're feeling iffy about it, it's a good time. Go watch it.
time.
If you're by a Dolby, go watch it in Dolby. What are you doing with your life?
Watch
Don't be
every
this
movie in
fucking
Dolby.
dude.
Hey.
Dolby was amazing.
Hey, you got to see it. You had one person.
You guys can see it separately. Star Wars, that shit.
Okay, we got to be together.
I forgot Matt doesn't like being alone because if he falls and no one's by, then he's just dead inside. He will sit down and just die.
Well, anyways, guys, this has been Andrew.
This is Michaela.
Peace.